Welcome to Building Community Through Online Learning by Crystal Bailey. The outcomes for this presentation are that participants will be able to plan for online learning experiences, be aware of various platforms available for online teaching and learning, understand the importance of communication with stakeholders, and understand ways to build community through online learning. Many of us are just beginning our online journey with students. There are many things to consider for teachers, students, and parents. As we begin to think about the assignments you are giving, we want to think that less is more. Consider the time it takes to do an assignment in class may not be the same with online learning. In any given household, there may be multiple computer users and only one computer. Plan for instruction, lessons, and assignments to take no more than 2 hours of computer time. When students are meeting with you, you will want to do mini lessons. Teachers are often the sage on the stage. With online learning, you will want to make sure you give short mini lessons that are explicit and to the point. When you are making your plans, think of how you will present lessons for asynchronous and synchronous learning. You will want to consider what you present to the whole group and what you might present to the small group. You need to have set times as to when you will meet with large groups and small groups. Set them on the calendar and stick to those meetings. You may be restricted as to the platforms you can use for online learning by your district or school. However, if you have access to multiple platforms and programs, take advantage of them. Use email, Google Hangouts, Google Meet, Google Classroom, Google Forms, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Seesaw, Jamboard, Schoology, Zoom, Screencast-O-Matic, and any others that are authorized for your use. There are many how-to videos to help acquaint you to these platforms and resources. This particular presentation was done with Keynote and Screencast-O-Matic, which I had not used much prior to 3 weeks ago. As you are planning using these platforms, think about how you will differentiate for your students. Think about content, process, and performance. Work with special education teachers and teachers of English as a second language to modify and customize learning experiences. Before posting your assignments, ensure that all links work. Check them yourself, and then have a colleague check them. Give clear directions to students and parents, as well as clear expectations for what is due, when the assignment is due, and how it is to be turned in. Do not leave anything to chance. Use this experience as an opportunity to plan with colleagues. It will make planning much easier if you have more sets of eyes in the planning process. Use a critical friend to help you practice presenting online. If this is the first time you've ever presented online, it can be a little intimidating. A critical friend can give you valuable feedback to help improve your lessons. Once you have decided on your platform for meeting with students, you will want to either have a partner teacher or a student monitor your chat box. When presenting, you may not be able to see the chat box, and monitoring it takes away from your lesson. The chat box monitor can stop you at a specified number of comments or questions, or when the person feels it is critical before moving on. If this is a student, he or she may need further guidance and practice. Be sure to take attendance each time you meet, as this may need to be reported at the school level. You will also want to make note of any students who are not showing up to class, so you or a counselor can follow up with the student and/or parent. It is very important that you do not overschedule yourself. Build in planning time and downtime for you. Sitting at a computer all day is very different from what teachers normally do. Give yourself a break and walk away. As you are planning, you want to make sure you are careful what materials you use with students. Free materials may not be authorized by your district or school. Check with your administrator to ensure that what you are using is approved. Acacia has an extensive list of resources on their blog page that you will want to review. You will also want to check out free videos and free virtual tours that are available. There are many resources available to use with students. Ensure that what you are using is approved. Communicate with administrators, colleagues, parents, and students. It will be better to over-communicate than to leave to chance important information. You may be embarking on online teaching and learning in the middle of a school year or at the beginning as technology becomes more a part of how we work with students. Regardless of when you are using online learning, you will want to ensure you build community. If this is a brand new year, you will want to bring your class together. If this is in the middle of the year, students will miss their friends. Building community should happen at a minimum once a week. There are many ways you can build community. For example, have a continuous Google Doc going where you start a story and each student adds one sentence. Partner students with intentionality to complete activities. You may need to help them set up ways to meet online to complete the activity or project. At the beginning of a large or small group meeting, have students give a one-word check-in by unmuting or writing in the chat box. Pose 4 statements and have students choose their corner and defend their position, or have students in breakout rooms partner and discuss their choices. Have students give statements of recognition of their fellow classmates. Statements can be a thank you to a student who helped another with an assignment, or a compliment on a project or presentation. Since students are at home, each can present a ritual object that has significance to them. The teacher can begin by sharing an object with the class that means something to him or her. Have a running success document in Google Docs where students add their successes each week. These can include school or home successes. Have a shooting star document where students give a shooting star to fellow students for a job well done. You might have students upload videos or pictures of their at-home activities so you all can see what is happening at home. It is important to keep the class together as a class during online learning. These activities will help students build community and show they care about each other. When you get ready to start meeting with students, you will want to set norms. You may want to send these in an email to students and parents in advance. When you meet with your students for the first time, go over the norms. Students should be on time. Ask students to take care of personal needs such as using the bathroom prior to coming to online class. Students should mute microphones if this is not already done for them. It is helpful if students can use headphones to keep out unnecessary noise. They should come dressed appropriately, and they should consider where they will meet for class and discuss with parents an appropriate place in the home that is free from distractions. If there are younger siblings, there should be a plan for them so they do not interrupt class time. Older siblings may be able to help, but they too should not be a distraction. There should be no eating in class online. Students should be allowed to respond to other students and chat respectfully. You may need to model this and discuss what this means for online. Students should participate fully and not be distracted. They should wait to be called on and then unmute to speak. And they must be respectful to others. Students should type appropriate comments, questions, and chat. Remind students to keep up with their work daily. Remind students of integrity. They should do their own work and do the right thing even when no one is watching. It is important for students to play and read every day as well as eat healthy snacks. Having a routine for each day will make the process go so much smoother. Do not leave out your parents. As soon as you know you're going to teach online, have a parent meeting to let them know how the class will operate. Let parents know the expectations for them and their children. Finally, have office hours for parents so they will know when they can reach you online. Share your school email address so parents can email if an online meeting does not work in their schedule. Communication with parents will be critical to you and your students being successful with online learning. While this seems overwhelming and a little scary, with planning and communication, online learning will be successful for you, your students, and parents. Embrace the new normal and enjoy the learning curve, and have some fun learning alongside your students. Thanks for listening.